Hello everybody, hope you're all having a good week and welcome to my review of the Carrera Ford Zackspeed from my Retro Grand Prix set. And so this is the third of the cars I am reviewing from my set, and yeah, this is a pretty mean looking car. When you look at that side profile, it's just low slung and really mean looking. Like, like the others, the printing is fantastic on this car. You'll have to forgive the scuffing there on the rear end. This car has had 1 or 200 laps put into it, so it's worn in a little bit already. And this is the Group 5 Zackspeed. And as I've said with all of these Group 5 Carrera cars, they're incredibly tough and durable. These rear wings mounted very, very well. Much tougher on the rear wings than the modern GT cars like my BMW behind there that I've been using as a comparison car. Yeah, and the printing on here is just like the other two cars from the set, is absolutely amazing. You've got the helmet details on there, and the front of the car, this huge splitter on the front, oh man, it makes it look like the car is just eating up the track. It really does. It looks like it's charging down the track. And yeah, you can see how good the printing is. You can just about make out Ford written on that Ford badge there. You know, the quality of the printing these days is just fantastic. So the finishing on this car is brilliant. My car, like I say, has been run for a few hundred laps. It's got some scuffs on it. It's definitely rubbed up against the borders a few times. It's kept the wing mirrors, it's kept the rear wing, and these Carrera cars are very, very durable. And the inserts on these wheels, these aren't molded. This is a separate insert pushed into the wheel that gives the spokes on these things just such a quality of finish. I mean, look at the reflection there of the spokes of the rear wheel reflecting in the deep dish rim there. Absolutely brilliant. This is a really good looking car. This car also performs really well out of the box. It's a very fast car. It's almost up there with my Porsche. So when I'll show you the lap times, this is comparable to the fastest car I've reviewed. It's not that much slower. Yeah, it's quick and it looks good. So one thing I do want to show you is how it compares to the BMW M4, which is, you know, is a popular car right now. So let's get these side by side. And yeah, you can see that let me zoom out a little bit, maybe give it a bit more room. There we go. So you can see wheelbase wise, the BMW is a little bit longer. Not by much, probably by about half an inch, something like that, the wheelbase. Looking at guide to guide, actually, yeah, there is quite a lot of difference in the wheelbase there when you're looking at guide to guide, just a bit more than half an inch. So the Capri is still quite a compact car in comparison to the BMW M4. Width-wise, it's also, if you look tyre to tyre, a bit tricky in this light, but the BMW maybe has about 2 or 3 millimeters extra on the width, not by much on the back. And on the front, the BMW maybe has about, you can barely see it in the light there, probably I would say about 10 millimeters on the front track. So the BMW is a squarer car. As I said before, the BMW is a very planted car, but it is quite long, so it will get a little bit tail happy. And this is a long car in comparison to both the two other cars, the Porsche 935 and the Lancia. It's longer than those, but it's not as long as the Porsche. And this is a quick car. One of the other differences, the key differences to the Zackspeed versus the M4, is how the front wheels are set up. So the Zackspeed here has independent stub axles on the front, versus the BMW has a solid axle. And this is because, if you look carefully, the center mount guide system is a little bit different in the design. It looks like they flipped it upside down, which means this big round bit is now on the bottom of the Zackspeed, and this cuts into the path between the two front wheels. So that looks like why they had to create two single stub axles, and this is probably to fit the front of the Zackspeed in it. You know, it doesn't seem to affect performance. The Zackspeed is quicker than the Lancia, which is quicker than the M4. So the Zackspeed is a very fast car. It's just interesting to see this slightly different design in the vehicle. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So there we go, the Ford Zackspeed on the inside. So let me put this on the magnet measurement tool. Let's see how much downforce this does have, and we'll run some laps and then we'll bring it back to the table. So let me go and take you over to the magnet tool to see how much downforce this has. I'll be right back. Okay everybody, so here we are at the magnet. Just get it adjusted. We know that this car runs at about 118 grams when I first measured it. It's showing 113, 114 today. So let's bring in the Capri. Get that centered. Okay. So there's a big enough difference not to be, you know, fiddling about with the magnet tool. You can see this car is running close to 20 grams more magnetic downforce than the BMW. It does put down a faster lap time, so maybe that's why. Alright, so let me get set up for some laps so you can see it running, and then I'll bring it back to the table. Okay everybody, here we are, Circuit Simon Says, with the Ford Zackspeed Capri. We'll see how we do. I haven't managed to have a clean run yet on one of these videos, so we'll just take it in our stride. So let's go. Ah, I almost had it. It was not meant to be. Okay, a couple more laps then. Oh, and there it goes. think that's where I bring it back to the table. Okay, so here we are, we have the results. Let me see if I can adjust this for you so you can see this a bit more easily. Alright, there we go. So we've got the Group 5 Porsche 935 in position 1. Only 1/10 of a second behind that is the Zackspeed here. I'm going to see if I can adjust it a little bit. So the Zackspeed is 1/10 of a second slower than the Porsche, and the Porsche is a rapid car. Then behind that we have the Lancia, which is, yeah, it's a little bit further behind. But the Porsche and the Zackspeed, the Capri, both have around 140 grams of magnetic downforce. And the Lancia is almost 20 grams down on my cars out of the box on downforce. So, and again, when you look at the BMW, that runs about the same time as the Lancia with a very similar downforce. So, you know, the cars with the very similar downforces, the Lancia and the BMW set a very similar fastest lap, as do the Porsche and the Zackspeed with similar magnetic downforce. So what I'm beginning to see here is magnetic downforce is a very big factor in how fast the cars are. So, you know, if you got this set and you really wanted to run these cars equally, the way I see it is that you've got two ways. You can see which cars are fastest and consistently, and then add some magnets to the slower cars to help them catch up. Or what you could do, and which is what I'm thinking I'm doing next, is I might remove the magnets and then put the cars against each other and put design against design, if you like. So there you go. This is the final of the 3 Group 5 cars. The Group 5 cars from Carrera are absolutely awesome. They're all very robust, and I really do recommend these for, you know, if you're starting out into the hobby, because of that. They're very good looking, they're very pretty cars, built like tanks, and yeah, they're more than quick enough that you can send them flying off the track. And they're a great place to, you know, either as a collector, collecting cars of the different colours and the different liveries, or they're great cars for beginners just because they're so absolutely tough. And they're great in a digital set, because digital sets, they've got crossovers, and you'll be your cars will be kissing each other intentionally or not, so they'll be taking a little bit of punishment, and these cars are tough and perfect for that. So there you go, the Ford Carrera Zackspeed, wonderful car, great looking, and looks very menacing on the track. This car is coming to get you very soon. So everybody, you all have a great week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.